So the first thing about jealousy, bro, and like the most fucked up part is you cannot catch people doing that shit red-handed. Like you can see people lie. You can catch them in a lie by like talking, or you can see them lying, or like cheaters or thieves, shit like that. You can catch them red-handed, bro. But jealousy, you have to watch out for it. And what's fucked up is it doesn't even necessarily mean that the person that's jealous hates you or doesn't love you or some shit. And this is just from my experience, and I'm gonna just share like how I've like tried to spot it, how I realized after not spotting it and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, like you can't catch them right-handed, right? And jealousy, I think, is like a state more than like a feeling people have, because you can really tell how people are moving from a place of it based on what they do. Like things, in my experience, like maybe they're not as excited as you are about something. And not to say like people need to share your feelings, but like if you're happy about something, the other person should be like, yeah, so like what's the weather? Type shit. Like that's form of jealousy leaking out. And I've experienced this shit with like family, friends, like bitches, like women, like just all throughout time type shit. And ultimately, that's like a sign I noticed, right? Like you might share something and you're super duper happy about it. Like this is maybe the best day of your life type shit. And then they just switch from things it's not something that gets sat on too long. Because like if somebody were to tell me some shit, I'm trying to like be like, yo, that's crazy. Like, yo, like congratulations. Like I'm happy for you, because you have to understand how they might be feeling about what they just shared with you, or why they even chose to share it with you, which is what you're doing. And then they just fuck around and ask about the weather, or be like, I don't know, you know how people just switch topics and shit when you're like talking? It's like some shit like that. Like that's a small sign of it, right? That's like a positive sign. There's been times where I ignored that shit all the way through, and it'll end in some weird shit. Like, why does this person always want to argue with you or be right type shit? Like it'll end in something like that, which is another form, I think, is a sign of seeing jealousy. Because why the fuck do you want to argue every time like we talk? Like why do you want to like, you know what I'm saying? When you're talking with your friends, is it some good shit? You're just like laughing and shit. But with this possibly jealous person that you just need to be aware of or distance yourself from before it hits like the ultimate like disconnection off of some shit where it couldn't not be leaked out anymore. And it's like they're not even choosing to be jealous, it's just how they feel. Kind of like if you're mad, you just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I be thinking like aggressively type shit, or like, so it's like when I know that means I'm mad. But it's like for some people, I think people that even have jealousy in them, it's some shit like they just like they feel maybe indifferent, or like disagree, like you might seem like disagreeable to them because it's actually something else that's like the problem with how they see how you talk and whatnot, or what you talk about, or like, yeah, it's like it just ends in something else. So it's like it's not constant for them, and they probably do have genuinely good feelings about you, but they're just a jealous person. So that shit slips out in small forms like that, like cutting off your celebrations or ending it abruptly, or constantly wanting to be in some sort of contention with you to where it's like this versus that or some shit. Or like maybe wants to be right. Like if somebody feels like they should always be right with you, they're probably jealous, bro. Like you probably should get the fuck. Or you could just sit there, and then eventually it'll be a day where that shit can't get hidden, and then it'll turn into something catastrophic. Or you could just distance yourself. Shit like that though, like interrupting your shit, fucking I'm fried for real, but I'm not even editing this shit. But yeah, interrupting you some shit. Always want to be in contention with you, and then kind of always be right. Like those are things that I've noticed that, oh, this person was just jealous, you know, or maybe shit goes sour and they don't be quick. They don't be having the feeling, I guess, of like resolution soon, because it's so everybody processes things at different times, but it's like it's just strange. Something that I've noticed, some strange shit, and all these different times where I'm like, oh, that just had to be jealousy, because that shit just didn't make sense. Like how it ended, it was like not even important, but it was probably a multitude of signs where they were showing jealousy, and this was the biggest part, and now it's over, you know. If you don't know, then I'm fucked. But if you know what I'm saying, like there's just shit people do, and you're like, yo, that doesn't even make sense, or like, what are you talking about? And that is probably jealousy, essentially. And it's like once it blows up, it'll hit a point to where they might say something, you'll be like, oh, bro, like you actually just don't make any fucking sense. But now that if you know what to look out for, you can be like, oh, you're actually just jealous. Like when they say people do shit for no reason, it's probably because they were jealous. Because it's, why would anybody admit that? You know what I'm saying? Why would this person that just like is constantly giving you a hard time be like, oh, it's because I'm jealous of you? Like if somebody does that, I damn near might like respect them more, but still back the fuck up. But like that's just a crazy trait to have, because it's just because this other person essentially is something that you're not, or you're jealous because of what they have or what you don't. And realistically, everybody has like different starting paths and different reasons for choices and shit, so it's not even like, what the fuck is there to even have, for real. Like really, damn near nothing except these kind of thoughts, really, and kind of just skills or just observations, because everything really is just, if you just observe, and this is what I've observed over just people that ultimately relationships ended with, that it seemed like no reason, but if you look at everything at once and like what it was, that was the reason ultimately. And I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty fucking certain, honestly. Like it's just a consecutive like pattern of doing things like shortening your high moments or interrupting like your celebrations, because everybody should celebrate themselves, but you should never make nobody feel bad about that shit, or like just overlook it. Or it's like it's somebody's birthday, like you should like damn near bring up that it's their birthday multiple times, just so, because that's what birthdays are for, bro, to feel special. So you can't just be like, yo, when is your birthday, you won't feel special probably. So it's like, or do something special, just anything. That's what birthday's for, bro. It's like celebrating life. So why would you make this person's birthday bad? And if you know it's their birthday and you've known them for a while, why would you fuck up their birthday? Because you're probably jealous. Because like, would you want somebody to fuck up your birthday? No, because you would be like, oh, they're probably jealous. Like that's just a bigger form of interrupting your celebrations. Like even if it's in conversation and shit like that, like that's interrupting your celebrations, trying to fuck up your birthday, or purposely or non-purposely fucking up your birthday. That's some jealous shit. Like, and then I said fucking, they always want to be in contention with you. Like when you're having a good conversation with somebody, you're not necessarily agreeing the entire time, but it's not an attempt at contention and like debating and shit. Like why do you want to do that? Or why do you want to be right about something? Like that's some teacher shit. But instead, they're like just trying to do it as a conversation. But it's like, gang, why can't we just talk about some shit? Why are we like debating? What are you trying to be right about? essentially. So it's like I'm doing thumbnail shit at the same time, but fucking, it's like that. And I'm sure everybody knows somebody where that's constantly happening for a while, or it's just shit like that. It could be family, friends, or the partner. Really, there's like no fucking, you know what I'm saying? There's no limit to this shit for real, bro. And that's just fucked up. And people will never admit that shit. Like the people who's acting on it, they'll never admit that shit to you. And it's like your job to see what the fuck is going on. Cause if not, then bruh, you're just about to be knowing a jealous person that you need to be looking out for. Not even looking out for, but if it happens, cause that's a crazy way to live. But if you notice some shit, just think about what the fuck is actually going on. And I think that's how you can tell if people are jealous. I think that's how you can tell if people are jealous of you before finding out they're jealous of you, pretty much. Because if they're doing shit like that, why are you constantly doing shit like that? And this is supposed to be something like, it's supposed to be something good, like a fucking friendship or relationship. And it's like the whole opposite point. The point is to not fucking cut each other off, like verbally, fucking disagree with you all the time and want to be in contention or always want to be right. Like family, friend, or partner, that's like what you're not supposed to do. That's literally like the whole point, is the opposite of all the other shit flows. So they're probably jealous. And yeah, you gotta get the fuck away before it gets to a point where, for me, somebody does some super jealous shit, and then now what? Now y'all are kind of beefing. Or you could just understand that this is like I don't know why people feel this, because of the indifferent shit, for probably insecurity ultimately. I don't like to say why people do shit, but I will observe how, and like the frequency, and fucking, yeah, to make an assumption about what this is. But you're not supposed to just live assuming everybody is like that, because that's not true. Even if that shit feel true, looking. But yeah, man. How to tell if people are jealous of you? You can't. They'll never tell you. But if you feel a certain way about the interactions that are happening, and you analyze them, and you're not the jealous one, because jealous people don't even know they're jealous, but fucking, yeah, bro, they're probably jealous type shit. Bop.